Hello. How is it going? I have the window open, so there might be a bit of a breeze on the camera, just to kind of cool down the room, get a bit of fresh air instead of it being a dungeon. I want to show you how I currently mix songs on just a regular pair of headphones with some software. It's not like using Slate or anything expensive like that. It's pretty affordable, to be honest. There's a few different ways you can do it as well. But in an effort to make these videos slightly more interesting, I'm going to do some stuff first and get to that stuff later. So I hope you enjoy. Get into it. I'm currently finishing off a production and a mix for a client. So I'm going to do that. Sorry that you can't hear it. So obviously like the most ideal way to mix a song is in a really nice treated room with speakers, like good speakers, perfectly treated room. Unfortunately, a lot of us don't have that, including me. Like the sound panel's up, but this room is far from perfect sonically. Basically, I've got a couple like resonant frequencies that I haven't yet dealt with because the room itself gets hot in summer and I'm still kind of like, ooh, do I want to stay here in summer? Like, am I going to be able to stay here in summer? Main point being, I and many other people don't have perfect setups. So instead of mixing on speakers and not being able to trust my environment, I mix on headphones. I used to mix on Audio-Technica M50Xs, like, the stock standard, the old trusty headphone of all studios. They're great, they're closed back, they're not too expensive. I think like 200 Australian dollars, whatever that equates to in US. They're really good headphones. Like I record in them whenever I'm doing vocal sessions here or, anywhere. I record any instruments using them. I like the way they sound. They're just solid headphones. Now I'm using, kind of a combination actually. I'm using the Audio-Technica M50Xs and I'm also using same brand, Audio-Technica R70Xs. These are a bit more expensive. They're open back. I think I got them for like, I want to say $400 Australian. I'm going to put like what I actually did on the screen here. These sound great. Like these are very good sounding headphones. They're open back, so there's pros and cons with that. Obviously, most people say that like the stereo imaging is better with headphones that are open back, but it does let in more noise and it lets out more noise, so it's kind of worse to actually record on. It's bad if you're in a noisy environment and you need to try and block out noise. Pros and cons. I have mixed, probably like my favorite song that I've mixed on the R70Xs and second favorite on the M50Xs. Like, I think they're both really good. I feel like people are going to jump in the comments and be like, oh, you can't mix on headphones. You can mix on whatever you're used to, and I think if you get used to them, you know what something needs to sound like for it to sound good on that platform. I think then it's great. But we'll jump over onto the computer because I also run software to sort of make it better and to improve my listening environment. So basically in Studio One, I've got this listening bus that has a few things on it. It has metric AB, which I use to reference tracks, so songs that are like popular or inspiring the mix or the production. I then have tonal balance by Isotope to check out the curve. This is usually on pop, so this gives me like a visual indication of what's happening. Sometimes it's nice to be able to trust what you're hearing by seeing something. Going into Insight Pro, which then tells me loudness mostly, and some other things like the sound field. Most important is Sound ID by Sonarworks. My speakers have it, like I have the microphone for the room, but also they have models of various headphones, so the M50Xs and the R70Xs, and you can see like what the curves are doing. Basically, like this is what the curve is before Sonarworks is enabled. I've got like a dip here, there's a few little high parts here. This adds back that low end, it dips the highs. Basically it's trying to give us a flat EQ line so that I'm not over pushing on say like the bass or under pushing on the high end. It does the same with the M50Xs. So basically I run that and it's like, cool, now I can trust what I'm hearing in these headphones. The next thing that I use is one of two pieces of software, either Dear VR Monitor by Sennheiser. I got this through Plugin Alliance. Basically, it's creating a mixing room. I don't actually know how expensive it is. I had the subscription to this, to Plugin Alliance, and I think I got it for free at the end of a year. I like Mix Room A with all of these things at neutral. Basically, it just gives a room feel to the headphones. Like, it doesn't sound great. Like, it's kind of weird in a lot of ways, but I feel like when I get it sounding good in here, then when I bypass DVR, it sounds good. You know, it's like if you can make it sound good on the bad thing, then it usually sounds good on the good thing, if that makes any sense. I also use NX Germano Studios by Waves. I always turn the ambience to 60 to the lowest, and it's the same. It's the same thing basically. This one has a few different speakers, and it just it emulates a space, and you can make decisions based on that space. And I feel like the reason why I chose to do this was why I wanted to have like a headphone model and then a room, was I just figured that it would always be the same. Like, this room might change, something might change how the sonics sound in the room, and until I have enough budget to perfectly treat it and to maybe even, build a room or something, I just figured like there's going to be so many obstacles in the way to make it feel good, whereas this would be identical every single time. So it's like if I could learn how to mix inside a space that I had created with Sound ID and then, either Germano Studios or DAVR or use Slate VSX or whatever the software is. It's like if I could get it sounding good there, I could get it sounding good there every time, if that makes sense. Let's have a quick listen. It's going to be kind of weird to actually like hear what it sounds like, but we'll just play this like little bit of lo-fi thing I'm making. So it's toning it down, but it's flattening the curve. Just treating the headphones. And do DAVR. They sound quite different. I'm usually on the GA2. I hope that was moderately helpful. I think the main thing that you take away from it is it just kind of helps you with like stereo placement, with reverb and delay levels. Just, I don't know, I think it does something cool. But yeah, I hope this has been helpful. I hope you've been able to kind of take something away from this video. I'm gonna end this video now. But yeah, if you happen to do something similar to this, let me know in the comments. I'd like to know your setups because I found it good. I'd like to realistically mix on speakers because I think I kind of blow my ears out of the humane area of volume. That doesn't make any sense, but I think I listen too loud when I'm listening on headphones, and I think listening on speakers would be better. So, but for now it's working. So yeah, have a good one. Catch you later.